Hi guys, welcome to Antique Sprinklers. Today we're talking about a Buckner 6A that is frequently known as the Turf King. It was a golf course vibratory sprinkler. The bit that vibrates is inside here. It's a little disc, and that's what actually controls the speed of rotation, along with the way the inner nozzle is oriented. So I've got this thing tightened way up. So if you have it perpendicular to the flow of the range nozzle here, it's going to go really fast. And if you take it more back to being 180 degrees from the range nozzle, it slows down. And I've got some video that shows you the differences in speed of rotation when you do that. It's all bronze and brass. The nozzles are brass, the tubing is brass. As you might be able to see, this thing's kind of been through the war. There are 2 grease fittings on this guy. And these would, a lot of times you'll see the spot for the grease fittings as being blanks. You know, they're filled in with bronze. That's how they came, that's how they were casted. And I've got a mix of these where sometimes folks used grease fittings in them, sometimes they didn't. When they did, if you take them apart to clean them, you're going to be taking grease out of these for a long time. This guy appears in a catalog I have from the 30s or early 40s. It doesn't have a date on it. And they were around forever. I think their life finished up around 1960. I do have a parts breakdown that was in the catalog for Buckner, Australia in 1965. So they were still selling parts for these guys then. And they really proliferated. There were hundreds and thousands of these things out on golf courses all over the place. This particular sprinkler is good for about a diameter of 110 feet and runs nicely under low pressure, 60 psi and down. The slotted inner nozzle makes a really neat rooster tail and gives good coverage right around the sprinkler. But that's really what the early days of sprinkler irrigation were about. It was about, controlling the speed of rotation, because you can set 2 nozzles, opposite each other, and the sprinkler's just going to spin like a tornado. But to get a nice pattern and an even distribution, you really want to slow that down quite a bit. And the stream tends to whip when it's moving very quickly as well, and so you lose quite a bit of distance as you pick up the speed of rotation on a sprinkler usually. And these guys were famous for the curtain of water that came out of them. A lot of companies use that expression, curtain of water, but Buckner had some advertising that you'd find in golf turf magazines of the day that spoke to that. And speaking of which, I collect catalogs. I collect the sprinklers, obviously. I try to get my hands on whatever collateral is out there just so I can understand the sprinkler better and the years it was available, that kind of thing. But there's a really great resource. Hats off to Michigan State, not only for being the school from which my niece Katie graduated, but also their library has digitized golf course magazines for golf course superintendents, trade publications that come up in searches really easily and are just a wealth of information about turf irrigation, and in particular golf course irrigation in its early days. And it's really great seeing the advertisements that a lot of manufacturers who aren't with us anymore put into those things when they were going concerns. So there's not a whole lot to say about this sprinkler. It's fairly straightforward. It works very well. It's great to have a really ancient piece of golf course irrigation in the collection, and I hope you guys enjoy watching the video.